Welcome back to Awesome Possum Hobbies and Games. I'm Chris, and today we got another box opening. This is one of the holiday sets. This is the Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth, Might of Galadriel. Let's check it out. Here's one of the latest Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth. These are the Scene Box Collection, and you'll see the reason why they're called the Scene Box. These came out this last holiday season, so they're also called the Holiday Box for Lord of the Rings. In this box, it comes with 6 scene cards, 3 booster packs, and 6 art cards, and a display easel. Not a fan of display easel, but let's go ahead and get into the box. As you notice, the box has some really nice artwork on it, as you'll see in the actual cards themselves, but a foil version, which I think looks phenomenal. The packaging looks fantastic. Overall, you can find these boxes for about $25 to $35 depending on the actual set. There's 4 different sets that came out for this Lord of the Rings Scene Box Collection. I hope they do these in the future. I think these are a fantastic product. These were available on both Target, Walmart, other big box stores, as well as your local game store. You can find them right now online for a pretty good deal, as well as if you want to buy all 4, which I did. I was able to find them, all 4 of them, with taxes and shipping for $110. I thought that was a fantastic deal. Let's go ahead and get into the box itself. So here's what's inside the box. No, don't steal, guys. So here is the scene display. This is the back of it with the full art on it. I'm actually going to cut this one out and put it in the clear sleeve of my binder so I could see it later on. The back of it is the easel where you can go through and put either the art cards or you can put the actual cards. I do not recommend people putting the cards in here. I'll show you why here in just a second. Also included in the packaging are these nice little cardboard cutouts that are just the perfect size for using as inserts into deck boxes. They might be a little bit tall for deck boxes, but I use them exclusively for the long boxes as dividers. I like having the different artwork. Too bad they didn't go through and print on the backside, but it is what it is. It's packaging. I'm glad to get what I can out of it. Here's the actual cards. That's kind of cool. Too bad it's not clear packaging. It's has that wax paper. It's great for recycling, bad for looks, but you know, it's only gonna last for a few seconds. So who cares? It's what makes me wonder why they bother doing that. So inside this box is, of course, the 3 booster packs, the 3 set booster packs that came out. These are the set cards that came out in the set that was released last summer. They are not the new stuff that was recently released at the same time as these scene boxes, which is a shame because, you know, if you've been playing for a while, you played a few booster drafts, you played it a few times with the set boosters. I'm glad to see the set boosters go away for play boosters, but it would have been nice for them to put in the old set, or the newest version of the set boosters for these. Also in here are here's the cards. We'll get to those here in just a minute. And here's the art cards. Art cards are just like you find in any set booster. They are unique specifically for these scenes. You're not able to get these anywhere else, which is fine. If you go through and try to insert them into these they're really tight to put these cards in. In fact, most of the times when you insert them or put them in, it's going to damage your cards, as well as you can see here, it's difficult to get it up. I've already damaged the scene itself, which, you know, I'm sure they're just doing it as extra to make it the Wizards feel like you're getting extra value out of the box when you're not really, because it's just extra packaging. I wouldn't pay any extra for the packaging. So it's fun to have these things, but as you noticed, as you heard there, you heard a little rough spot, which if you take it out, it's already damaged the card just by inserting it, and I've been trying to be gentle inserting them. But you know, it is what it is. When you insert them all the way, all it is an identical scene to what is directly behind. So You don't want to have all the breaks and spots. It's kind of an interesting little extra that comes with it, but overall, I would just look at the back of the scene. They didn't need to have those extra things. I don't really collect the art cards, but I give them to one of my buddies at my local game store because it's better than just throwing them away. And they have relatively little value. Here's the actual cards. I want to go ahead and stop the video here for showing a preview about how much these are worth. Here's pricing based on a TCG player current pricing of the day that I recorded this video. This is a couple months after the actual release date, so this is what the pricing feels like it's going to be for a while. Some of these prices will go up as we see the cards being used more and more often. Here, the quick rundown is Arbor Alliance is 47 cents. Galadriel, Light of Valinor, is going for $6.62. Rally of the Galadriel for 50 cents. Galadriel's Dismissal is going for $16.52. Mist of Lorien, that's going for $3.51. And Galadriel Brigade going for $2.77. And of course, you have to add in the value of the 3 set boosters. They're in the boxes are $6 each. So the total value of the entire thing is $48.39. Now that we're back, we're going to go ahead and open them up. It's my favorite. Look at the curling on those. These are supposed to be a premium product. They don't really feel like a premium product when you open them up and you know that they're curled worse than any other cards that you've seen. As worse as any other premium full cards. As full art cards go, it's a shame to have some of them be like this. But let's go ahead and get into the individual cards. Arbor Alliance 2 green X enchantment. When an Arbor Alliance enters the battlefield, create an XX green treefolk creature token. Whenever you attack with one or more elves, populate. So that's kind of cool. Create a big old tree, and then you get to populate whenever you attack with 100 elves. Speaking of elf, Galadriel, Light of Valinor, 1 blue, 1 white, 1 green, 2 colorless, a legendary creature, elf noble. It's a 3/3 alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, that choose one that has been chosen this turn. You can add 3 green mana, or put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, or scry 2, then draw a card. This card is crazy. If you're going to play lots of cards, let's say you're going to be able to play, it's not really going to be a dedicated elf deck because there's not many white elves, but there are a few. You're able to play it with some other cards where you really get trigger off your ETB effects. And when that happens, you're able to go through and start getting some mana, start putting +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, or even scry 2, then draw. She makes up as a fantastic card. Rally the Galadriel, 1 blue, 1 green, 2 colorless sorcery. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Conspire. As you cast the spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color with it. When you do, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. So when you copy it, though, you don't get to have a chance to be able to tap those copies to create more copies. It doesn't trigger quite like that. They have to be in play before the first spell resolves. So that's something to be aware of. It's kind of fun, especially with Arbor Alliance. Mist of the Lorien, 1 blue, 2 colorless. Replicate blue. When you cast a spell, you get to copy it. For each time you paid its replicate cost, you may choose new targets for the copies. It's a replication. They should just call it multi-kicker. That would have been the same thing. Return target non-land permanent and each other non-land permanent with the same mana value as the permanent to their owner's hands. So if you had replicate 3, so you want to go through and replicate the spell a couple times, you can go through and replicate it 3 times for a total of 6 mana, and then you're going to have 3 different you target 3 different cards, and everything has the same mana value as that. Gets to be returned to its owner's hands. So you can have some crazy stuff going on with that card. Too bad it's not an instant, but it is what it is. Galadriel's Dismissal. This card is crazy good. 1 white, it's an instant, it's a kicker. 1 white, 2 colorless. You may pay this additional cost as you cast a spell. Target creature phases out. If this spell was kicked, each creature target player control phases out instead. So you get to go through and phase out 1 card. No, I can phase out your entire army if I like. It's a really good card. I think that card will see quite a bit of play. I think the value of the card will probably go up considerably over time, as we see right now. It's a pretty decent price card. Galadriel Brigade, 1 green, 2 colorless, creature, elf, soldier. It's a 2/2. It's a squad effect. Squad effect we haven't seen that much before. 1 green, 1 colorless. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you may pay a green and colorless a number of times when this creature enters the battlefield and create that many tokens that are copies of this card. Other elves you control get +1/+1. Wow. So if you happen to have 7 mana, you can go ahead and squad up twice. Yes, you can squad up 2 times or 3 times, or however much mana you have. So 7 mana is a great example to be able to get 2 extra copies of that, to be able to give plus, each one of them is going to get pretty much +2/+2, because you're going to have 2 other copies as other elves. So it has a chance of making your army, if you're playing an elf deck, pretty crazy. So those are the 6 scene cards, which I will not be putting on the scene board because I don't want to damage them. Let's go ahead and go on to the booster packs. These are set boosters. Like I said before, they are from the old school stuff. You can find them between $3 and $7, depending on where you find them. Some game stores are better than others. Average price is around $5. They do come with art cards, and sometimes you get a set card. This one has a token. So let's go ahead. I want to go through and concentrate just on the rares and mythic rares. There's a rare, there's a rare. So Forge Anew. Forge Anew is 1 white, 2 colorless enchantment. When Forge Anew enters the battlefield, return target equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. As long as it's your turn, you may activate equip abilities anytime you can cast an instant. You may pay 0 rather than pay the equip cost of the first equipment ability you activate during each of your turns. So if you have that Colossal Hammer, instead of spending 10, you can just say, it's my first time, I want to go ahead and attach it for 0. If you go through and you're playing white-red, there's a lot of ways of putting discarding cards to draw cards. Forge Anew allows you to put one of those nice equipment cards back onto the battlefield, and then you're able to go through and attach it for free. It's a super good card for equipment decks. Another Galadriel of Lothlorn. 1 blue, 1 green, 1 colorless, 3/3 legendary creature, elf noble. When the ring tempts you, if you choose a creature other than Galadriel as your ring bearer, you get the Scry 3. So the Scry Matters deck loves this card. Whenever you scry, you may reveal the top card of your library. If a land card is revealed this way, you can put it in your battlefield tapped. So you get the Scry, you get to move it around, and then you say, look, I'm going to reveal the top card. And then if it's a land, you get to put directly in play. And then you can draw the next card on your next draw step, or draw whenever you have an ability to draw. There's another token. Art card. Let's see what kinds of rares, and see if I got any good rares. 1 rare. Okay. Boromir, Warden of the Tower. 1 white, 2 colorless legendary creature, human soldier, 3/3 vigilance. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast a spell, you get to counter that spell. Period. Free spells. If it doesn't have that 0 cost on it, it's going to be even zeros, it's just going to be countered. Sacrifice Boromir, Warden of the Tower. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. The ring gets to tempt you. So, lots of fun. Great card. Last pack. Let's see if we got anything worthwhile in the last pack. Another art card. Survey says, ooh, it is a nice little set booster. These are from the set. They change them every single expansion, which is great. They're going to change them up in the next booster, standard set. So they're going to change a little bit. So this one's Slag Fiend, 1 red for a star. Slag Fiend's power toughness are equal to the number of artifact cards in all graveyards. Fun. Might be worthwhile in a Artifact Matters deck. Let's see if there's any. Ooh. one rare, but it's a great one. Delighted Halfling, one green. Creature, Halfling Citizen. It taps to reduce a colorless mana, or, even better, you can tap to reduce 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a legendary spell, and that spell can't be countered. Fantastic. You know those Planeswalkers? They're pretty much legendary, right? You know, those legendary creatures, or some of those legendary spells, or legendary artifacts. You just have to tap the Delighted Halfling, and they can no longer be countered. So there you go. Hope you all enjoyed this set. I know I did. I originally was buying singles from this set, and finally decided the price point was worthwhile to buy all 4, because there was enough cards like Galadriel's Dismissal that made it worthwhile to buy these cards. So I can't wait to throw these in some of my Commander decks. It's just unfortunate that they are so curled. Wizards really needs to do something about that. I know, I feel like a broken record saying it over and over and over again, but if you look at it compared to just the regular foils, look how the difference. I don't know if you can see the difference on the camera, but it's significant. And these are supposed to be premium card. And it's the only way to get it is with foil. You can't even buy the non-foil version like you can in Secret Lair. So, hey, Wizards, do something about it. Be better. Consumers spending a lot of money on these products, and we want to have something that is worthwhile. You know, the cards are great. It's a lot of fun, but at the same time, we want something that is going to be legal. We're not going to get kicked out of a tournament because of the fact that your cards are pretty much marked. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Until next time, you know, have fun and keep them rolling.
And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please take the time to like the video and subscribe if you'd like to stay updated. Have a great day and keep them rolling.